What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. We're here to break down the NFC North, Lions, Packers, Vikings, and Bears, one of the most historic divisions in all of football. We're going to break down how we rank each team 1, 2, 3, or 4, and who we got coming out as the division winner. But as always, go down, like, and subscribe. Comment who you got winning this division. And I'm Paul, pick 'em, win 'em, Concha, and I'm joined with.
Yeah, as a yard on the boys, we just got done talking about the NFC West. There wasn't no AFC West. There wasn't no shockers on that one. But you already know, man. It's your boy Kev Waterboy, your boy, aka the Don Pye, also known as the Real Single Screen. And I'm here with the beautiful Miss Mia Bella. My cat's been addicted to me the last couple of days. So, so Paul, we're in the NFC. We talk in NFC North. There's a difference. I didn't say it in the AFC North video, but it's the AFC North, and this is the NFC North. So it's a new landscape when you talk the NFC North. There's no Aaron Rodgers. This is the second year without Aaron Rodgers in there. This is the first year without Kirk Cousins. This is the first year with Caleb Williams. And this is probably the first year in many years that the Lions are most likely the favorites.
Could they go back to back? It'd be the first time. I don't even know if they've ever went back to back, but
Like this is a very new place. Like this is the this is like the North. If the AFC North is like the trenches, this is like the North when we talk Game of Thrones. This is Winterfell going on over here.
no, yeah, and there's a lot of new faces too, which makes it so like not that different teams, but like all these teams, like the Bears, are damn near a brand new team walking in on Sunday.
And we don't know who's the warden of the North anymore.
No, we oh, right now it's looking like Jared Goff and them boys. They looking like
So
a steady machine.
we'll see, man. The boys, we know it's not Aaron anymore. Who's the new warden of the North?
Well, we got to start before we can crown the new king. We got to start with the bottom of the bottom. How are you feeling about this NFC North? Who do you got as the who's coming out in fourth place? I don't want to say the worst team. I was gonna say who's coming in last.
I mean, this is supposed to be a really tough decision because a lot of these teams are really well coached. A lot of these teams have a lot of drive, and a lot of these teams have added new stuff and new pieces to just give a whole new culture. So let's go to the team that lost the most, and let's talk about the Minnesota Vikings losing Kirk Cousins, but gaining JJ McCarthy, who got hurt.
Out for the year.
So it's gonna be you got Justin Jefferson. You lose. I forget the Dalvin Cook, the running back, but he also didn't score any touchdowns last year, so he wasn't really tripping. Oh no, he been gone.
Yeah, no, they lost. I know one of the other big hitters was he's on the defense. The Danielle Hunter. He was
Mm.
their best edge rusher. Well, probably arguably their best defender. Period.
So yeah, you definitely lost a lot. We don't know what we know Justin Jefferson's gonna come to play, but we don't know who's gonna throw him the ball. So I thought the Vikings going fourth.
See, if it was JJ McCarthy, I may be saying a different tune right now just because JJ was. I didn't have high hopes for him. I thought he wasn't going to be that guy. But training camp, preseason, not preseason, but all training camp, everything I seen him, he was making throws. Jay was looking like an NFL quarterback. Instead, we're going to get Sam Darnold show, who they did go out and trade for the moment they got rid of Kirk. Sam Darnold is a professional. He's just not a professional that wins games. And Jay Jettas, TJ Hawkinson, Jordan Addison's got his own shit going on. He's probably gonna miss a couple games. I just think this is not like you can make it up with Jay Jettas and TJ Hawkinson and Kevin O'Connell or not O'Connell. Kevin, what is it O'Connell? What's his name? Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin McConnell.
Yeah, Kevin O'Connell. He's a great offensive coordinator but play caller as a head coach. But Sam Darnold just makes way too many mistakes, and this is not an offense or a defense that I feel like you're having offense that can make mistakes. Could be wrong because they did have Joshua Downs in there at one point, last year after the Kirk injury. But this is not a team that I think can overcome. They were like what 5-2 before the Kirk Cousins injury, sitting at battling for the number one seed in this division, and then
No, they were 1-4.
with Kirk.
Yeah, remember they started off the season 1-4 because they kept losing all those one score games.
I thought that was the year before.
Huh?
Was that no? The year before they went, they were like 13-3. No, you're right. Yeah, no, they were probably. Maybe you're right. Then they played better without Kirk. I could be wrong, but I just
Yeah,
don't see. They
they
did
were
get
still,
Aaron Jones, but Aaron Jones replaced the running back to maybe help Sam Darnold. But I just don't see Sam Darnold. To me, there's a reason why this was his fourth or fifth team in the NFL. He doesn't stay long. The Jets, he was seeing ghosts on the field. There's no way you can have me bet on this team to do any better than 5 wins this year.
yeah, and then the thing about the team last year was they were balling. Like Kirk Cousins was eating, he was putting up MVP type numbers that before he got hurt, but they just kept selling. The defense kept selling their ass,
Oh, that
and
was it.
then
Yeah, their defense was putting up like allowing 30 points per game.
they did have those 2 games with Josh Dobbs because I remember he came that one. He got traded from the Cardinals, and then he played against the Falcons. And he came out of nowhere without even knowing the playbook, without being on the team for a week. He scored like I want to say 4 touchdowns and beat the Falcons, and then he beat the Saints the next week. And then those were the highlights of last year.
Yeah, that was the end of it. And but Jay Jettis, did he get the contract this season?
I think he did get a bag. I do remember seeing that.
Yeah, he
But
got the highest paid bet, like 34 million a year.
I mean, yeah, shout out him, man. But boy, if we finna throw you that ball.
Coming in second last third place, I got the Bears. It has nothing to do with me thinking the Bears aren't going to be a good team. I just think they're a young team. They're going to have growing pains. Caleb Williams could be that guy. I think he's going to be a good quarterback. I don't think he's going to be this generational superstar. But this might be the best starting position for any first overall pick ever. They go out and get Keenan Allen. They go out and get DeAndre Swift. They draft with the 10th pick in the draft. Or I know they had 2 top 10 picks. The other top 15 pick, they go and get Rome Odezune, one of the best wide receivers in the draft. Then they draft a center. Then they trade for Ryan Bates for the line. Like they invested in the O-line, receivers, running game. The only real loss really was Justin Fields as like a major loss, but they filled that in with Caleb Williams. I think this is a team that's going to play a lot of good football, but then there's going to be a lot of like Caleb Williams growing pains. Like, oh, he tried to force that one into a too tight of a window and it got intercepted. Or a big sack because he's still doing the USC, scrambles out the pocket, tries to extend the play for 15 seconds, gets a big sack. And there's going to be those little things like, hey, just throw the ball away. Hey, you don't have to force it there. Take the underneath route. But then the moment he gets his footing, I think this team's going to be really good towards the second half. I wouldn't be shocked if they're sitting at like 9-8 at the end of the year.
I think it's beautiful that there were there were 2 rookie quarterbacks last year that had completely opposite seasons on the spectrum and on the scale. So that's like the best way to explain it sometimes. Like you have 2 choices in this game. Do you want to be CJ Stroud or do you want to be Bryce Young? And I'm not mad if you find yourself somewhere in the middle. Just don't be more towards the Bryce Young side. And that's how I look at Caleb Williams. Are you going to come up and put up 3? Be safe and smart with the ball. Don't throw a million interceptions while making a great relationship with your receivers and getting the ball. Are you going to stay healthy the whole season? Is your O-line going to block for you? Like, is your running back, who do they have? They just picked up
DeAndre Swift.
So yeah, is your running back going to do what he did when he was in his over there with the Eagles and with the Lions? Like this is how that goes. Like, is the team going to be cohesive? Because that's the way for a rookie quarterback to be great in this league. Your team just has to be cohesive. That's what the Texans did last year. That's what the Panthers didn't do. They fired their coach. They had a million different line changes. There wasn't much to save them. So we'll see what the fuck them boys can make shake. But I'm also taking them third. but I'm pretty high on the boys. I think they can figure it out, getting it together, and then Caleb Williams can find himself a little bit somewhere in between the Bryce Young and Caleb Williams on the scales. I'm Bryce Young and CJ Stroud on the scales.
Yeah, and like their defense was really good last year. Jalen Johnson was one of the best corners in the league last year, and I did we just talking Keenan Allen, DeAndre Swift, Rome Odezune, like that alone is a good offense. Let alone they still have DJ Moore, who's coming off a career year last year with mediocre quarterback play. Like this could be a really good offense, and we know the defense is really good. So this could be a team that if everyone lives up to the hype that they've been given, this could be a real sleeper on from worst team in this not worst team, but bottom 10 team to now playoff caliber team. And then moving up to second, this is where I think we might have identical papers here. I'm gonna go out on a whim, and I'm gonna guess that me and you both have the Packers sitting at number 2 at the end of the year.
Yeah, I think this team did really, really well last year. I think Matt LaFleur. A lot of people are saying that Matt LaFleur was biggest handicap these last few years is the fact that he had to listen to Aaron Rodgers instead of showing how genius of a play caller he is. And that shit had me crying. I was like, no way these niggas is still throwing shade.
Could you imagine that, like if you are like a genius play caller and you're like you're whipping it up in the kitchen with the X's and O's, and then like you have a Hall of Fame quarterback that's just ain't giving a fuck, and the job is still getting done, so you can't even say nothing. You're like, bro, like no one even knows I'm over here whipping up magic, and he's not even listening to me, but I can't say nothing because he's whipping up magic on the field.
Literally. And like when you think about it, you genuinely think like, huh, how did Matt LaFleur feel about like Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams just looking at each other like, hey man, I got you. Like nobody ever asks like, yo, bro, how do you feel about like whipping up these plays and these situations and these motherfuckers and it's like, hey yo, just do something.
Just do a back shoulder real quick. You're gonna do it right here.
No, because there were a lot of times that Aaron Rodgers said that he would just be on this bitch and just be like, it would be like and he would give Devontae that look. Devontae would give him that look, and then he would throw it to his ass, and then he'll go up to Devontae and be like, "That was the route, really?" Like, like nigga, what?
It's different generation. Some people can get away with that. So like as I was saying, like LaFleur had to bite his tongue, like sitting there like, bro, like Lazard was wide open streaking because of the play I just drew up, but you're too busy. I mean, Devontae did go for 30-yard catch, so I can't say nothing.
Yeah, like I wonder if that's like nobody ever asked his opinion on this shit. So
And the offense, this might be his best offense yet with Jordan Love. Like, I mean, it's only 1 year, 2 years total, but like they added Josh Jacobs.
nah, that ass and like he's a genius. Like he does well in December every year. Like I just want to see. I expect them to really make this a challenging division this year. Like I don't know. I'm not gonna say they're gonna be like a phenomenal one best team in it. But I just really feel like them to get hot, and then them to be a team to beat in the NFC for a second.
Yeah, the only question marks is going to be the O line. That was a question mark last year. David Balcanari finally has retired. He's just given up on the idea of coming back. He's not going to be he's not going to be playing this year. And then the defense is kind of questionable. They let Savage walk the safety and Devontae Campbell, their linebacker, and they didn't have the best defense last year. So it's kind of like it's going to be a little bit more on the offense. But I think this offense is. They keep saying they don't have a wide receiver one. I hate when people say that. It's like it's okay to have 3 good wide receivers. I feel like some teams rather have 3 good wide receivers than just one elite and then the rest be Like Lazard, not Lazard, but Romeo Dobbs, was he like a 3rd round, 4th round pick? He started eating last year. Then fucking Christian Watson, big body. Like they each have their own little roles. And then they had the other guy, I can't remember his name. I think it was like a 7th round pick wide receiver that started eating randomly as well. But now they have a chemistry. They kind of know what each guy does, and they're building the rapport as the year went on, as you could clearly see as the offense got better as the year progressed.
I just think they have a really Yeah, I think that's the best way to explain it. They have really good chemistry. I think the defense just has a soul behind them, and that's a big thing for me. Like, can you really can are there games that you guys can just say, "Yo, bro, we just gotta lock in, y'all boys. I don't give a fuck about anything else." And I think they do have a defense that can say that, do that. They have a great coaching staff. Oh man, this is about to be a good
Yeah,
season in the
9-8.
North.
They went 9-8 last year. I do want to see if they do better than that.
I'm expecting 11 games, 11-6.
Then we have the Lions as our number one seed. Uh, they did. They basically bringing back the same team. The secondary will be different. They did let CJ Gardner Johnson walk, which was probably the heart and soul of that defense. But they still replace him with Carlton Davis. They trade for him, Amik Robinson. Then they go and get the defensive tackle DJ Reader off the Bengals. They get Marcus Davenport, the linebacker. Like they went in and got really solid defenders for that defense that wasn't the worst last year, but they also not. I don't even think they were middle of the pack. I think they were like a little under average. They were so that was their one weak point. They solidified that. Jared, it comes down to one thing for me, and is it Jared Goff or is it Jared Goof? And for a long time, it was Jared Goof, and now we got to see why he was the number one pick coming out of the draft. A lot of people felt like his career was over leaving the Rams, and I'm kind of happy for my boy that he not just for him but for the Lions in general. Like this is the perfect. I think it's a perfect match. Like people giving up on the Lions, people giving up on Jared Goff, people didn't trust in Dan Campbell. About 2, 3 years later, and we are picking them to be back-to-back NFC North champions. And they first week one last year knocked off the Chiefs and almost beat the Chiefs. Not Chiefs, but almost went deep into the playoffs.
Almost went deep, nigga. They blew a 17-point lead.
I know that's what I'm saying. I didn't want to say that, but they had this in their hands. They controlled their destiny.
These niggas blew a 17-point lead in the NFC Championship. Like, Paul, do y'all not understand how much support we've given the Lions over the years? Understand how much motherfucking niggas suck my dick that we was going to be energy we was going to be giving to people? Like, what? They blew a 17-point lead
They
against
pulled the biggest Lions move in the biggest moment.
in the most expensive against the most expensive team I've ever seen. Like this shit is crazy.
And it took the 49, like they had the lead. And someone was pointing out that like the way you beat the teams, like people are like, how the fuck are you gonna beat the 49ers or the Eagles or the Chiefs? It's like playing smart offense and controlling the time of possession. And like that's what the Detroit Lions do. They're gonna run the ball and they're gonna play smart offense. And like if they have and then they're gonna force you to try to make big plays. And if you don't make the big plays, they can get rolled.
Yeah, fact. Like, bro, that catch that Brandon Ayuk made in that game is the reason why Jit is not showing up to practice. He's like, nah.
You just keep pointing to it. You just keep. Yeah, I'm gonna want 30 million. Yeah, 30 million.
Yeah, y'all gotta pay me. Mm-mm. If it wasn't for me, we wouldn't even have made it to the Super Bowl. Fuck you talking about. So, yeah, I can agree, man. I like these Lions to hold it down, become NFC North champions. Thank you. Become the new Wardens of the North.
Wardens
And
of the North.
I like them to become the Wardens because not because of the offense, because of the offensive line. I think
Yeah.
Jared Goff can be Jared Goff because he has an offensive line that's willing to die for him. They do their thing in the trenches every motherfucking Sunday. And that's the team that you respect. That's the team that you got to put your marbles on. The team that's really going to battle out on the trenches on offense and defense because you know they're coming with the pressure whenever they need to on defense. So I trust this Lions team, and I'll throw it out there to go back to the NFC Championship. I don't know if they're gonna make it to the Super Bowl. I don't know if they're gonna be up 17, but I trust my Lions to do something great this year.
Yeah, I think I can. The more because I'm looking at other NFC teams. I'm not saying that there aren't any other good teams, but Lions versus 49ers is looking like a potential rematch that's in the NFC Championship.
Really, I got Lions Rams. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh, I can't wait to hear that episode.
I got Lions Rams, and I'm high on the Rams this year. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sean McVay, he's on his. I think he's back on his bullshit. But that's a whole nother conversation.
No, but this is definitely let us know. Oh, before we head out, I need to know is NFC North. The Packers. Same question I had for the last one, though. You have them at number 2 in the division. I also have them number 2 in the division. Do you see this is a 2 playoff team division?
Don't ask me that because like I'm just like keep saying yes. I ain't gonna lie. Next thing you know, we go double back and go back. How this nigga got 10 teams in the playoff?
Well, I don't know.
I
There's
think
some other divisions. I'm like, I don't see two. I don't know. The NFC West is kind of
I,
stacked, and so is the East.
I don't see
Because the
oh
Packers,
man
you
they
spring, you're the
did
one
they
that
did
sprinkled in 10, 11. I was like, damn, 10,
they
11
was
wins is a playoff caliber team.
they was 2 games in. They did have 2 teams last year.
They did, and the Packers. I mean, if
Oh
George
no
Love don't throw
man.
that interception to the 49ers, who knows what happens in that game?
Oh no man. I kind of like them to do it again because I always see the Packers taking steps forward. I don't believe in them going backwards.
Yeah, I got a 3-team playoff coming out of North with the Bears fighting in that wild card. Yeah, we're going big Willie. That's been one of my boys. I thought NFC North. They're gonna the Caleb Williams. I'm not even the biggest Caleb Williams supporter. I don't think he's gonna be that general. I think, like I said on the AFC East breakdown, Drake May is gonna be generational. I don't think Caleb Williams is, but I think he's gonna be a good quarterback. And with all that talent around him, that's all you're gonna need to be in NFL.
Yeah, I respect it. Damn kid. Niggas might have to talk that NFC West. I ain't gonna lie to you.
All right. Well, we just broke down with NFC North. We gave out our who we got Lions coming out the NFC North. Let us know down below who you got coming out. Let us know how you rank the 4 teams because that's where it gets a little interesting. But as always, I'm Paul Pickle Kevin Waterboy Savoy. And if y'all didn't know, well now y'all know, motherfuckers.